Hello friends, today we will talk about choosing brand elements to build brand equity. Brand elements are key messages which to convey about the brand and wants to communicate about it. And there are outward appearances which you look out and overall look about the brand, about the core messages which you want to convey. It could be symbol, signages or ideas which you want to convey which are differentiate them from your competitors. There are various elements of a brand which differentiate them from your competitors are brand names, URL, logos, symbols, slogans, packages, spokespeople, jingles, and characters. Brand elements are chosen to fulfill various objectives. If you remember, I had discussed consumer-based brand equity. So elements fulfill various objectives like it enhances your brand awareness, it facilitates your formation of strong, favorable, unique brand associations, it gathers positive brand feelings and brand experience. The criteria for fulfilling the brand elements are six. It should be memorable, it should be meaningful, it should be likable to build up strong brand building. It should be transferable, it should be adaptable, it should be protectable, which leads to building up strong brand preservation and leveraging. To further elaborate on this, it's a criteria for choosing the brand element that is memorable means it should be easily recognizable and easily recalled. Meaningful means should be descriptive and persuasive. Likable means should be fun and entertaining, rich of visuals and verbal imagery. Transferable means within and across product categories, across geographical boundaries and cultures. Adaptable means flexible and updatable. Protectable means legally secured and competitive, unparalleled. Brands, in terms of the memorability they've been capturing across in the mind of consumers. And memorability captures the earlier stage of your brand. Whereas when your brand becomes older, you want to leverage your brand. You want to go beyond your boundaries. The first stage goes to transferability. That is less specific name, more easier is the transferable. It is easier to transfer you across the category. That is brand extension. You can extend your brand name across the categories. Cultural contents or linguistic qualities of the brand elements also play a very important role while transferring the brand across geographical borders. For example, Amazon. Now, Amazon is a very good example, whereas in this case, it is named after South American river, where consumers feel it very comfortable while associating it with Amazon company. Now, Amazon.com is a parent company, but whereas the child firms like wherever in whichever countries they had formed their SBUs, they are reporting it to their companies, but they have a separate identity. So this is what is transferability. Adaptability. Now look at behavior. Now due to change in consumer taste, values and opinion, you have to be flexible and adaptable. If you are not flexible and adaptable, you will be thrown out of the market. You have to be continuously on the toes. So due to continuous focus on innovative bathroom product innovation and services, Perry we have been awarded Super Brand Surveys brand uh, uh, award 2 years back in India. The only company being awarded in its category because continuous innovation in the solutions. Now, this is a clear case of adaptability. The last case is protectability. Protectability is legally protective. What you have to do is choose an element which is legally protective. That is formally registration you have to do from a legal bodies. You have to defend yourself and then defending your trademarks and copyrights. So I'm now switching over, my dear friends, from the discussion of brand elements to another discussion of important topic of measuring various sources of brand equity. Now, brand equity measurement can be qualitatively be done, can also be done quantitatively. Qualitative research techniques are four. Similarly, quantitative techniques are four. Qualitative techniques are free associations, projective techniques, brand personality, experiential methods. Similarly, quantitative techniques are awareness, image, brand response, and brand relationship. I will discuss few of these and able to recap accordingly. Brand free association. Free associations, we pick up our subject or a customers and ask what comes to their mind when they think about the brand. So we give them some clue or some idea about the brand. For example, what does the Dell name means to you, and what comes to your mind when you think about the Dell? So these are the kind of question when we give them. It is a clue we give to them. This is free association. So let me further elaborate. Purpose: to identify the range of possible brand association we can make out. That is rough identity we can make out in the mind of consumers. Strong, favorable, unique brand association we can make out. That is the purpose of free association. Okay. There are two stages which we normally follow here in free association. One stage, the first stage is we build up uniqueness in the first stage. That is brand association we build up. That is we build up imagery with the help of first set of questions. And the first stage is over, then we follow up with the follow-up questions. Follow-up questions, the purpose is to build up strength. Let me give an example. The first stage of questions are purpose is to build up brand imagery. Example is, what do you like most about the brand? What are its positive features? What do you dislike about the brand? What do you find unique in the brand? How is it different from other brands? How is it similar to other brands? So what this all questions are capturing is about brand imagery, is within that periphery about the brand imagery. Now what is going to follow up is about the strength which you're going to capture about the brand. Is who uses the brand, what kind of person who uses the brand, when and where they use the brand, what type of situations where they use the brand, why do they use the brand, what benefit they seek from the brand, how do they use the brand, what do they use it for. So these are the follow-up questions. That is the user imagery, what they've been asking for. So these are the follow-up questions. Okay, so there are various companies which have been using these are free association techniques. Okay, the second technique which is widely being used apart from free association in this qualitative research techniques are projective techniques. Now, projective techniques, we are not being directly giving you a clue. We are disguising the research. We are hiding the research purpose. These are situations where, assuming that respondents may not be willing to reveal the feelings, thoughts, and attitudes, so directly asking the question may not arise. So we have to disguise the objective of the research. We have to indirectly asking the question. So that's why it is also known as indirect research. There are various kind of indirect techniques in the predictive techniques. Completion or interpretation techniques. Word view techniques. I am going to briefly touch upon these, my dear friends. Word view techniques, visual techniques, sequential recycling techniques, interest graphs, pictorial interpretation, bubble diagram, and brand party. Word view technique. Word view techniques is used for brand image studies where aim is to understand brand value beyond what is generated by simple personification. As opposed by other personification techniques, it is broadly used to throw data rich with feelings, specifically used for low involvement products. Okay. and not and specifically used for lifestyle and imagery based products. Okay, word view. Visual techniques are being used specifically where you are using lot of visuals data and then you use quantitative scores to score those data. Okay, that is why it has been known as sequential recycling. How it has been used? A team members of the particular team of interviewers do it on the particular set of consumers, one after another. And that is why prototype of product is being used to test out which particular prototype is the best, and that's where it is tested. Interest graphs. This interest graphs is another technique that is widely used, primarily being used to test out campaigns, email campaigns or online campaigns. Pictorial or bubble graphs or bubble drawings are used where consumer statements are or bubble drawings are given. A consumer statement is being written on a bubble, and the answers are being supposed to be written by the respondent on the other bubble. And the moment they respond to it, then indirectly drawing their indirect behavioral traits in that, and that they are supposed to who the researcher is supposed to draw the consumers indirect traits from them. Brand party. The personification of brand is being done to the brand party through this particular method. So by this I had mentioned about various completion techniques, about projective techniques I have discussed. Let me go further, my dear friends. Let me talk uh, further techniques which I've been discussing about in qualitative research. Laddering technique is another important technique which is widely used in qualitative research. Laddering technique is widely used for creating ads and positioning. It was introduced by Thomas J. Renauld and Jonathan Gutman in 1988. Uh, Consumer respondents describes products, attributes, consequences, and values. Product attributes and product consequences that produces personal meanings for product users. In other words, features produces functional and emotional benefits. So you first ask them features. Features leads to functional benefits. Functional benefits leads to higher level benefits. So you normally follow four levels of ladders in this particular laddering methods. So these laddering methods follow four levels on which normally you will carry these consumers or respondents into. Let me give an example. Let us imagine that we are analyzing a beer brand and the meaning of the beer bottle sizes. Interviewer, you said that there is a difference between a small bottle and a full size bottle. Which do you prefer? Consumer, I always buy small bottles. Interviewer, what is the advantage of a small bottle of the beer? Customer, I just buy them out of habit. Interviewer, and why do you normally not buy full size bottles? Customer, it is too much at once and it gets warm because I can finish it, then I have to pour the rest down the drain. Interviewer, and how do you feel when you have to pour it down the drain? Customer, it irritates me because I am wasting my money. Interviewer, how much important is your money? Customer, looking after the household budget, and that's why I am responsible for the money and become spending right away in that manner. I don't want to waste my money. That's how we conclude that apparently here is the chain. What we can make out is product attribute size is important here, and consequently consequences here are too much, get warm, have to pour down the drain. Our personal values, that is responsibility, is what we can get from the laddering technique. The benefits which you normally get: features, functional benefits, and emotional benefits which you're getting from here. So that's what I was saying. Features the first level, functional benefit, high level benefits and an emotional level benefit. Feature is a specific, you get to a specific job. Functional level benefit is the outcome of features, tangible. High level benefit is the functional level benefit delivers, it gets generic benefit. Emotional level benefit is the, it already is the high level benefit, it captures functional also, it captures high level benefit also, but it captures something extra beyond that as well. So if I just do some example about how it gives you, let me give you an example of a cell phone. Moderator. What do you like best about your cell phone? Respondent. It's real-time sports scores. It's a feature which you're getting here. Moderator. What's important about that? Respondent. I know what's happening right away. It's a functional benefit what you're getting. Moderator. What does that mean for you? Respondent. I can tell it to my friends as soon as I know. It's a high level benefit for you. Moderator. What does that telling you that friends right away for you? Respondent. I am the guy who is going to tell about the sports and my friends expecting me to know. It is what we talk about. That is emotional benefit. So, in this example, sports score in the cell phone leads to emotional benefit of social acceptance and friendship. My dear friends, emotional benefit here is very personal. Person to person it differs. So what with this example tells you, you always starts your questions for capturing for features, leads to functional benefit, leads to high level benefits, and leads to the high level emotional benefit. Let me give you an example where you can use primary lead laddering is, that is, we will use it for advertisement and positioning. Let us take an example of Coke. For years, Coke been using it since 1886. Using 1886, the first campaign they've been using it in their slogan was delicious, refreshing. Over the period of time, they have chosen this message and they realized that this has been confining them. So they have changed over the period of time. And it wasn't unique, they have changed further and slogan now from that point of time they had then changed into America's favorite movement, then further changed into sign of good taste. Finally, they land up into Coca-Cola's into now they've been using what? Open happiness. I'm getting into another very interesting technique which has been widely used in quantitative research. This has been used primarily because of repositioning for repositioning of branding. Is Zoltman metaphor elicitation technique ZMAT. It has been patented by Professor Gerald Zoltman of HBS in 1990. What has been done in this case is the technique goes like this. Normally, a total of 25 customers are recruited and screened and are normally been asked to participate in a project. After they've been qualified, they've been asked based on the demographics and the level of consumption they've been doing. The customer are given a set of instructions and guidelines about a research topic. It can be about a brand name or a service concept, a product use or a design and so on. They are instructed to collect pictures from magazines, books, newspapers or other sources, whether public or personal. The condition is these pictures must be representing what the topic means to them. A personal interview with specifically trained ZMAT researcher is then scheduled approximately after 6 to 7 days, 7 to 8 days, 10 days around. And then personal interviews is held with each one individual interviewee and interviewer, that is moderator, and involving a conversation of with a time period of 1.5 hours. Uh, this is very widely used in Western countries and this is being used primarily for repositioning. Okay, and so similarly, is brand personality traits are being used for capturing. Jennifer Acker had proposed these 5 traits on which you can able to capture your brand personality, and you can position yourself as a brand. And I have already covered major aspect of qualitative techniques. And my dear friends, as far as quantitative techniques are concerned, you can capture the 4 major levels of resonance pyramid, that is salience, personality, imagery, performance imagery, judgment, feelings, and resonance. So that are the 4 levels on which quantitative techniques or quantitative aspect are being captured. So my discussion is over on how to measure the brand equity aspects. Thank you. Do subscribe to my channel and please share my channel as well. Thank you.